Yeah, I'm originally from the US, and I'm showing this new performance, which is called In Floods. So some of the beginning kind of impulses for making the show are around a kind of interest in the action of crying. Why we do this, the kind of the physical experience of it, the emotion, the kind of combination of the physical experience and the emotional experience, and how that kind of comes together in an almost, mysterious way, it can feel like. And yet it is also something that is so common that we all experience these kind of outpourings of emotion. And so it's also about this. It's about trying to hold and control emotions or things that might be within us, and these moments of just sort of letting it all go, and this overflowing, and this kind of unstoppable, waves of emotion.
A fish falls from the sky and lands at Greg's feet. It's a medium-sized fish, a crappie. Greg looks down at the fish. It's only just still alive and pulsing.
The piece also comes from my experience of going back to the US several years ago when both of my grandparents died. They died very close to each other, 4 weeks apart from each other. So it was an experience of a kind of jarring experience of going from where I lived in London back to there to go to these funerals, being in this other environment that used to be very familiar to me and now had a different sort of relationship with. And so while the show there are some personal experiences that it comes from, it's also very much about an idea of fictionalizing the self and fictionalizing autobiography, about the ways that we take the kind of chaotic and mysterious events of our lives and start to form them into stories that mean something, kind of for better or worse. And so while it comes from some of these personal beginnings, it really is more about working them through different forms. And part of the form of the show is a screenplay. It's like a live screenplay reading. So part of the text of the show is a kind of screenplay fictionalization of some events that I might have experienced, that are to do with funerals, that are also drawing on these kind of tropes that one sees in TV and film, and that everyone has experienced in these moments of grief or funerals or kind of gatherings, family gatherings, and all of these things.
The first thing to notice is the globus sensation, commonly called the lump in the throat. This sensation is a result of the stress experienced by the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the body's fight or flight response.
I perform the show myself. I kind of made and performed the show myself. I've worked with a team of really amazing collaborators as well, who on the set design and the sound and all that kind of thing. But the show is also kind of informed by I have a kind of research practice which is around the ideas of weirdness in performance, and so that very much feeds into the show, and the weirdness of these kind of events, these kind of confrontations with the familiar and unfamiliar, with the kind of mundane and the extraordinary in these moments of grief, of death, of confronting these things. And so it kind of leans into these ideas of the weirdness and the strangeness of these things that we all experience.